So it's been a while since I have been on social media and just want to give everybody a little update on what's going on this past 10 days or so and the chaotic situation that life throws at you sometimes and how you just really have to try and keep your mindset positive and stay focused and driven and just keep yourself moving even when things don't turn out the way you thought or the way that you planned. So let's go back, you know, 2 weeks ago, actually, it was, Mother's Day that I found out that, the landlord for the condo that we rent, decided to sell the unit, and because of timing, we really needed to be out on June 1st. So, basically 2 weeks to find a new place, get movers, get everything kinda settled and moved, and at the same time and already had been planned, my son who lives with us is also moving out this weekend. So you have my move, you have his move, and just all the issues around that. And for anyone who's been in their current environment for a long period of time, extended period of time, you know how much stuff you have and what are you going to do with all that stuff? And with the housing market the way it is, the inventory is pretty low. And so finding a place that meets all of your requirements today, it's almost impossible. So we kind of downsized a little bit, and storage is a bit of an issue, but we're going to work through all of that. Want to you want to kind of compound that a little bit. Last weekend, Memorial Day weekend, we had this plans for, I don't know, 6 or 7 months that Sandra's son lives out in Indiana. And so my boys and Sandra and I went out to Indiana on Friday, like a 10.5 hour drive to Indiana, had a great weekend, and actually spent Sunday at the Indy 500, which I had never been to a car race before. And if you've never been to something like that, be it NASCAR or IndyCar, it is an incredible event. 300,000 people, just an amazing event. If you happen to watch the race, you'll know that it was a 4 hour rain delay. So we literally sat in our car for 2 hours until the thunderstorms passed. And then we got out there and had a great afternoon. The weather turned out just incredibly beautiful, and we had a great day at the race. Monday, Memorial Day itself, we drove home. Now on Friday, 10.5 hours to get there, coming home because of the weather situation and accidents, almost a 15-hour ride home. So just, all that craziness, knowing that when Tuesday came, we were absolutely in packing, getting ready to move mode. And so that's been, trying to work and trying to get all the move coordinated and everything you need to do around that. It's just been really, these past couple of weeks have just, I don't want to say they're overwhelming, because when you're in that mindset where you understand that it's life and this is what you're dealing with, the more you can plan for that, the more you can kind of step back and say, okay, this is the situation I'm in. This is what I need to deal with. How am I going to handle it? If you allow panic to set in, it will absolutely overwhelm you. And then you're going to be in this whirlpool of emotions where you're not going to be able to really think clearly and get yourself forward. As you understand the situation and say, it is what it is, this is what I am being faced with, I need to deal with it head on. I just need to address everything. Could we have canceled Memorial Day weekend in order to kind of get ourselves together? We could have. Was that the right decision to make? Absolutely not. So, on top of everything, there are sometimes that you have to make more difficult decisions. And although canceling Memorial Day weekend really wasn't an option, we all absolutely wanted to be there and we had planned this for so long. Had we canceled that weekend, we would have had those 4 days to do other kinds of preparations, but that's okay. That wasn't going to happen. I wasn't going to allow giving up that time, that family time, just because of the situation that we were facing. So we put it all aside. We put the moves aside for 4 days. We focused on family. We had a really, really good time together. And even that 15-hour drive home, Sandra, my boys and I, we made the best of it, and it really worked out quite well. So that's kind of where I am. But I really wanted to talk today about dealing with adversity. Yeah, I've talked about it before. And when you talk about adversity over these past couple weeks, it's really what's been thrown at me. It's work, it's the sudden having to move. It's organizing all the moves. It's getting my son settled in his new place and having my older son come home so that we can kind of get him settled. And it's overwhelming. So the first time you've ever moved, you're in your 20s and you're moving out. It's really kind of a daunting thing. Everything that you've known for 25 years is in an instant going to shift. And now you have all these other responsibilities that you probably didn't have before. So for him, on top of the planning and organizing and cleaning and, oh my God, what am I going to do with all my stuff? Because yeah, he's got a lot of stuff. I've talked about before, he's a multi-class cyclist, right? So he does road and he does BMX and he does mountain biking. He does all these different kinds of biking. So he has a full inventory of stuff downstairs, tools and bikes. And that's so daunting to someone who is trying to do their job every day and then having to face, oh my God, I have to move and I'm not sure I have enough storage to put all my stuff. And so that mindset of helping him kind of get through all of that and understand it's going to be okay and just calming him down at the same time, knowing inside that it's just how overwhelming it is for him, puts so much pressure if you allow it, right? And I want to go back to the fact that if you allow things to happen, they will happen. If you allow yourself to feel overwhelmed, you will be overwhelmed. If you allow yourself to panic, you will panic. If you step back and again, pause, process, act, if you follow PPA, it really kind of grounds you and brings you back so that you can think clearly, you can make better decisions, you can make more rational decisions. And at the end of the day, you're going to be in such a better place. Is it stressful? It's incredibly stressful, no doubt. Is it chaotic? Absolutely. Are there still things to be done? Yes. Is everything going to get done? Absolutely, because we know what the end game is. We know when we have to accomplish things. And so we're going to meet those dates. So again, just kind of a recap of my couple of weeks, why I've been absent, but I'm back. And so sitting in my new office, if you will, same background. So yeah, so that's kind of where we are, which is where we are. If you're struggling, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you are just feeling in a place where you're not sure how to move yourself forward, reach out. Let's talk. I feel like I'm in such a better place using PPA and just kind of taking that step back and knowing that everything's going to work out. And no matter the hassles and no matter the sense of frustration, it will work out. I wish you all a great day. Today is Friday, so I wish everyone a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.